Hello, students. Good morning again, and I think it's good afternoon. Okay, so let us see that the topic which we are learning since few days, let us just see what it is. Okay, and we were thinking about individual aspirations or individual goals, and it varies from person to person, and there is a lots of conflict too, right? Suppose, for example, if I ask your class individually, what is your goal or what is your aspiration, right? Then I may receive, suppose you are having 35 students in a class, then 35 answers I will get. That varies from person to person. Now you think about the country. As in India, right, it is the second most populous country. Millions of people here, right? Think about them. What the government can do for their development. Suppose the nation is asking that what is your aspiration, then what is your goal, then you will receive millions of answers which vary from person to person. In that situation, can you think how the government can deal this issue? Can government provide every single individual's needs to satisfy their goals individually? No, that's not at all possible, right? Then how can we define national development? How can we derive a definition of national development? What national development is the development of the human beings or the citizens of that country, right? The people of the country who are all belonging to that country, suppose they all developed, then it takes to the national development, right? So then it means that I need to achieve my goal, you need to achieve my goal, my neighbor should achieve my goal, achieve their goal, and every individual of our village should achieve their goal, every individual of our state to achieve their own goals, right? That leads to national development. For providing with this fact, how shall we deal with it? What do we do? So see here, there are some questions given. Can all the ideas be considered equally? There are 13 millions of people, then shall we consider all their ideas equally? How can we decide in the midst of conflict? There are conflict, right? I want this, you want another thing. There is a conflict. Another person wants another thing. The fourth person needs another thing. There is a big conflict. How the nation can decide in the midst of this conflict? What would be the just and fair path for all? Now the nation cannot bias, cannot do any bias, cannot be partial, but the nation must think for the best for all. It cannot take a group, it cannot take a village, it cannot take a state. The nation should look it as a whole, right? Then nation should think that which will be the just way or justifiable way, or which is the fair path, a reasonable way or reasonable path for satisfying everybody else, right? Next question arises, would the idea benefit a large number? Suppose if we have decided just and fair path for all, suppose हमने एक decision ले लिया था, okay, this way we can do. Another question comes, whether this idea gives benefit for a large number of people or a small group of people. This is very confusing, na kids? Yes. There is the matter. Then the nation should think something in common for all, beneficial for all, better for all, which will commonly help the people to reach their own individual goals. Okay, that is what we call as a national development. So when you can find the answer for all these questions, if we are able to find the answer, proper answer for those questions, then we can derive the meaning of national development. We can define what is national development. Then the result or conclusion, those answers will help you to conclude, that will lead you to a conclusion, which is improving the standard of living of the people. That is the collective goal of a nation. Okay, the nation needs to improve the standard of living of the people by some means. There are means, okay? The government has plans for that. As a result of it, that we are able to reach out it. Okay, we will think about that. Remember that I have provided you with some cartoon like the standard of living to make you understand what is standard of living. A beggar has no standard of living, whereas a company owner has a standard of living, because the company owner is able to meet his basic needs plus all the luxurious needs. He can pile up his purchasing cart with all the things he needs, whereas the beggar will search in the dustbin of a marketplace or a railway station for his even food. He is not able to get it. Did you understand that? In that situation, what the government is trying to do, or a nation is trying to do, is to meet with all their needs. At least you know that this group of people who are poor, if they are able to get their food at least, the basic needs at least, then step by step, you know that the development is possible. Okay, that is why the nation has a collective goal which is called the standard of living, or improving the standard of living of the people. That is the common goal of a nation, and every economy aims for the same. Okay kids, I don't know, I think if you zoom it, I think it is much clear, but this picture I have kind of clicked from the textbook and provided you. Those who are not having textbook may get the help from this page, whereas if you have textbook, no problem, you can read it. It is in page number 7, I guess. Yes. So you need to read the content. You know that there's a content given here. One is a picture. Okay, so one is a picture. Look at this. This is a picture. There is a question. The first question related to this picture, and then second question is to read this passage given here. It is a newspaper report given here, and you have to read this and answer these questions. The third question is a general question to to test you with your intelligent reasoning. So how good you are to analyze your surrounding and to find the answer. Third question is, what can be some of the development goals of your village, town or locality? You can list that out. Okay, what need, right? So that's it. Followed kids, and again I want you to send your homework on this number. Okay kids, see you then tomorrow, and we will be having hopefully Google Meet tomorrow for SST. We'll meet you tomorrow. Okay then, bye.